Good afternoon, everybody. This is our mic check. If you can see us, if you can hear us, give us a thumbs up so that we'll know everything is working properly, and we will begin in just a couple of minutes at 3 o'clock.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy 4th of July weekend. Been looking for this for a while. I'll start off by mentioning that we do have, this is the first Thursday of July, and we will be having our commission meeting this evening. It starts at 6, our work session, then we'll go right into our meeting. We've got just several things on the agenda, not any really large things, but we've got, I say large things, all of them are important, but we're going to have our first reading and this is worded from the state of Georgia, from the ordinances that were passed during our election back a few weeks ago. That's on the Sunday sales. That'll be the first reading of that. Robin's prepared that for us. We will announce our scheduled meeting for our millage rate as far as in the near future. We've got a schedule to keep with that, and we'll let you know when those meetings are. And we have a couple of things. Well, we have one thing I think on it. We're going to surplus for property, surplus to be put on the gov deals. I think it's a lawnmower, but just some things like that. We also have some people. I'm sure they're supposed to be here tonight. They're concerned about the Lookout Lake Dam project. Something's been going on for about 15 years now. The safe dams have came in, and they've been back and forwards. You know, we've submitted plans to them, and they kicked them out. We've submitted them again. They finally approved what we have to do, and we've got 6 months, a little over 5.5 months now to finish the project. What that'll consist of is actually lowering the dam about 4 feet, well, exactly 4 feet really on the dam. The water level, we'll have to have it down while we're working on the dam there some. It'll be brought back up to a Category 2 dam depth. The maximum that it could actually go down, which we're hoping it'll be back up more than this, but will be like 3 foot 8 inches. They rounded it off to 4 feet, that it might be lower, but I feel better about it. I think it's going to be more than that, so I don't think there's going to be a great deal difference in the depth of the water. There could be, but we're doing what they're telling us we've got to do on the plans, and it's mandated. So, but if you got concerns, you can come to the meeting tonight, or you can call me on my cell phone, or come by the office. That's the best way to get the facts, because I've got plans and drawings here, and ready to show you or anything you need to know about that. And so, if you out needing something to do at 6 o'clock, come by here. We're having the social distance. The governor did extend that on into to August, and so we're limited to how many people we can seat in here. We're going to get as many in here as we can and stay 6 foot apart, but we have to live. We've got to live with that. I wouldn't want to put a crowd in here and then someone come down with it and really get sick or something bad happen, because we would be liable, or I would, for letting that happen. So, but you're welcome to come, and we'll treat you as best we can. Let's see here on what else I've done. Lost my place here. Oh yeah, on the COVID testing. I just came in. I've been out on lookout there, and been actually on San Ana lookout, and I've never seen that many cars in line down here. We do have a lot of people today that are being tested. I think it's going to be that way from here on out, for quite a while, because our numbers do keep escalating, not just in Dade County, but in our region, in our little close region here of our counties here, Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia. So, but feel free, to come in here. It is free to our health department. There's no charge whatsoever. You don't have to get out of your car. You might have to wait in line now a little bit, but I mean that's just you just have to do it. But don't take but a minute for them to fill the forms out, and they'll swab you and they'll get back with you. They put your results online and give you a code, I think, to go on, and you can check your results in just a few days. that's something that the governor's really pushing in every state is for people to be tested. And so just it's up to you. The face mask, that's something he flew around. He's been flying around Georgia here. He flew into Dalton this morning at 9 o'clock, the governor. He's really promoting that. He's not telling you you've got to wear them, but he's highly recommending that because of the actual spread of the disease, the germs. That's one thing you can do directly, that and social distancing to keep, to try to help fight and keep this thing from spreading any more than what it is. Especially if you're in crowds, if you're at church or a funeral or even a commission meeting or whatever, you just don't know. I mean, you may be fine, but you don't know that person next to you, who they've been around, and so just, and you don't have to really show the symptoms to be carrying this stuff. Let me see here. I'll go over some of these highlights. Carey wrote these down, that he actually has actually extended for another 30 days. No gatherings more than 50 people. 6 feet apart. We got to stay 6 feet apart. All residents and visitors of the state, they shall practice sanitation and social distancing. Wash your hands. They are strongly encouraged to wear face mask coverings, particularly outside of their homes or a place of residence, except when eating, drinking, or exercising outdoors. And also, this is something a lot of people don't know, sheltering in place still remains for those who meet the criteria for high risk of severe illness, and it's defined by the CDC. And Carey, I think you've got that online, don't you? You've got a place they can go to say, well, what is that? And you can read whether you come under that classification. I'm gonna give you my actual stats here in a minute, or our numbers, but I'm going to let Chad talk a minute and let Carey. But this is something pretty interesting. The largest age group testing positive right now in Georgia, and this came right off of our website, or the health, is between 18 and 29. And also, this is followed by the age group of 30-39. So when it first came out, we were hitting 60 to 80, those people but then it drops down. The age group for most hospitalizations, that's people that are in there on ventilators or in the hospital, is between 60 and 69. And this is followed by the age group of 50 and 59. The age group with the largest percentage of deaths is 80 and older. So that's real numbers. I mean, that's real. And it's been out there long enough, and the actual the stats are there to back these numbers up. So that's pretty interesting. Chad, if you want to come on up here and give us a report, and I'll let Carey. She's going to touch on a few things, and then I've got just a few more numbers to put together here, and I'll give you our updated numbers and where we stand at. Okay, Richard, Chad.
Hello, everyone. It's been a little while since I've seen y'all last, but I'm glad to be back and glad to be doing this. I just want to go over today, since it is the July 4th holiday, I'd like to go over a little bit of fireworks safety with you, and also the fireworks law, because there's been a lot of confusion in the last few years, I guess, about the fireworks law, because it changed a lot when they started allowing fireworks that went off the ground. Some fireworks safety tips that you may want to pay attention to, or never let children use fireworks by themselves. All right, there is a responsible way to assist your children in lighting fireworks, but you have to be there with them, and you have to do it responsibly. Never relight or pick up fireworks that have already been lit, and also keep a bucket of water, stuff like that, close by. Now, as far as the fireworks laws go, the fireworks laws changed in 2018 to what we have now. And hold on one second. Stand by, Dade. The fireworks law changed in 2018 to what we have currently. And what that is that fireworks can be shot any day of the week, month, or year up until 11:59 at night. So essentially you can shoot them up until midnight any night throughout the year. The exception they allow is that you can shoot them up to 1 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Day. So that means that you could shoot them New Year's Eve up until 1 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Day. So you can shoot fireworks until 11:59, or we'll go ahead and say midnight, but 11:59 p.m. every day of the year. Now I know a lot of people, it used to be 9 o'clock, and a lot of people got upset and said 9 o'clock or after 9 o'clock was too late, but you got to realize this time of year it's not even really dark at 9 o'clock, so I believe that's part of the reason why they changed the law. So if your neighbors are out shooting fireworks at 10:30 at night and they're doing them responsibly, then it's not going to do a whole lot of good to call dispatch. Now, if they're doing something dangerous, we always encourage you to want to call dispatch for that. As far as shooting those fireworks around places, you have to be so far from government buildings, you have to be so far from gas stations. And also, you can't shoot. A lot of people we see, and we get a lot of calls on people shooting fireworks in the roadway. As far as the law is concerned, you cannot shoot those fireworks in the roadway. All right, it doesn't matter what the situation is. It has to be out of the roadway and also out of the right-of-way. That's what the law says, is that you cannot be within the right-of-way. So if you're outside the right-of-way, which is pretty close to the side of the road, if you're outside of that, then you should be pretty good. Something else I want to mention is since this whole pandemic thing started, we've seen an uptick in thefts of small things like chainsaws, weed eaters, ATVs, stuff like that, and also some vehicles. So I just want to encourage you to keep everything locked that you can. Now, locking stuff doesn't always prevent stuff from getting taken, but you have to be diligent with that kind of stuff. Lock your vehicles, lock your sheds, lock your house. All of that kind of things are things that can help and prevent those type of thefts from occurring. As always, if you need anything, you can call the sheriff's office. I'm happy to answer any question that you have. Also, the sheriff is happy to talk to anybody and answer any question that you have. We still have the email up that we started when the pandemic hit, that the info@dadesheriff.com. Any questions that you have, you can send to that, and we will get them back to you, as well as requests for reports and things like that. So if you have anything further, any questions like that, feel free to message the Facebook page or give me a call in my office. Thank y'all. Have a safe 4th of July weekend.
Thanks for coming on, Officer Payne. We always like having the Sheriff's Department here with us for our weekly updates. And the purpose for these weekly updates, yes, we will go over COVID numbers at the end. For those of you who do want to know that, we will do that. And again, County Executive Rumley will probably give you the highlights again from the Governor's executive order, where he extended the state of emergency, and let you know a little bit more about what that means. But the purpose for these weekly updates is to let you know what's happening in the county. And one of the best ways that you can find out what's happening in Dade County is to go to our website at www.dadecounty-ga.gov and take a look at our website. Most anything that's happening big is going to be on that main homepage at dadecounty-ga.gov. About halfway down the middle, you'll see what we call our news flash section. And in that news flash section, you'll have COVID information, you'll see information about the census, what's closed, what's opened, things like that. And then right below that news flash section, you'll see our calendar. And so County Executive Rumley did mention today that we do have a Board of Commissioners meeting tonight. It's a regularly scheduled monthly meeting and workshop at 6 o'clock. That's here in this building, the administration building here. And you'll see on the calendar, there's an agenda. So if you want to see all the things that are going to be covered in the meeting tonight, you can look at that agenda. So you can download that and take a look at it. That's always on our calendar. So make sure to check that out. If you are interested in seeing what the Sunday sales ordinances say in our newsflash section, those proposed ordinances are out there for you to see. So make sure that you check those out as well. We did get an update from the DFAC's office. So several people have called about DFAC's. Dade County DFAC's office remains closed at this time, and they ask that you please contact them at 706-657-7511 for assistance. Application pickup and a drop box remain available outside the office building, and this is checked daily. So again, DFAC's is closed at this time. We'll put the telephone number for DFAC's in the comments to this thread so that you can contact them. Also, Stephen Bonico with our NRCS department ask us to let you know that the United States Department of Agriculture, or the USDA, as it's better known, is providing support to the nation's farmers and ranchers through the Coronavirus Food Assistance Program, better known as CFAP. It provides vital financial assistance to producers or agricultural commodities with financial assistance that gives them stability the ability to absorb sales losses, and increased marketing costs associated with the COVID-19 pandemic. You can learn more about that on our website at www.dadecounty-ga.gov, and you'll see some links to these documents. So Coronavirus Food Assistance Program for farmers and ranchers, and then there's also their monthly newsletter that you can see as well. So if you know any farmers, ranchers in the area or out of the area, this is a federal program, so make sure to let them know about that. While you're spreading the word, make sure to tell your friends and family members to fill out the census at www.2020census.com or by calling 1-844-330-2020. Currently, we are at a self-reporting rate here in Dade County of 49.8%. That compares to Georgia's self-response rate of 57.6% and the national average of 61.7%. We also want to remind you that county offices will be closed tomorrow in observance of Independence Day. But the transfer station will be open. Lots of people ask about the transfer station. So the transfer station will be open tomorrow, but they will be closed on Saturday for the 4th of July. So make sure that if you need to take your garbage off, go ahead and do it tomorrow. If there is something that you would like to talk to us about or you would like for us to cover on these updates, go ahead and send us an email at info@dadecounty-ga.gov. And remember to always come to the right place for the right information.
Okay, good information, good report, and I appreciate Chad being here. Appreciate him being back, and he feel back to work. He's been out, and he actually had COVID-19, and I meant to next week maybe we can get him to talk about that a little bit, because I didn't even think about it, because he was sick. He was a sick man, and his wife too, from what I understand. So it'd be pretty interesting to hear him tell us how it started and how much pain and all he went through, because he had a hard time. We'll go ahead and go through with our numbers today. In Dade County, we are at 67 right now. We went from 60 last week to 67. We've got 52 of these people that we know have recovered, and we have 11 antibody tests that are in that were the blood tests and not the swab. So, and they're not counting those now, but they can't take the numbers off for whatever reason. But see, that gives us totally right now active cases that we know of as we speak right now, and that's people that really have it, that are sick, and I think we got 2 in the hospital. Isn't that what was this morning? Didn't Evan, we were talking on his show?
I think Alex said they're all cleared.
Okay, they already cleared in. Okay, but anyway, so we've really got 15 active cases in Dade County right now. Even out of the 67, that's what we really have. Walker County, they went from 298 to 325 since last week, our last Thursday. They have 44 antibody tests that can be taken away from that. They have, that's right, they have 44. Catoosa County, they went from 291 to 314. They have 23 that can be deducted from that. Catoosa County, they went from 291 to 314. Chattooga County, 52 to 62. Whitfield County, they went from 864 to 1,152 since last Thursday. That's a big increase. Gordon County went from 325 to 399. Floyd County, they went from 457 to 539. There's still 2,395 out there that still have not, the address has not been matched up to the county. So that number there is even is increased since last week. We went from 2,698 deaths in Georgia to 2,827 deaths. And there's 11,275 hospitalizations in Georgia. Tennessee, one of our bordering counties, Hamilton County, they went from 2,176 last week to 2,758 cases. They also, in that number, though, they have 1,654 that have recovered, that are back in everyday life. They've had 30 deaths, 30 deceased. That's in Hamilton County alone. Marion County, they went from 54 to 76. They've had 46 recovered. and they've had 4 deaths. Grundy County went from 55 to 65. They've had 50 recoveries out of there, 1 deceased. Sequatchie County, 24. Last week, they have 37 this week with 22 recoveries. Meigs County, they went from 31 to 46. They have 27 recoveries. Bradley County, they went from 406 people last Thursday to 636 as of just a short while ago. They have 342 recoveries with 3 deaths. Totally in Tennessee, though, overall, they have had 609 deaths. And that's up from 556 last week. Moving to Alabama, Jackson County, one of our neighbors here, they went from 178 to 252 in a week. And they've had 2 deceased. They've had 116 cases in the last 14 days reported in Jackson County. DeKalb County, they've went from 484 to 641 in a week. They've had 5 deaths. Now they've had 250 confirmed cases in DeKalb County in 14 days. That's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of people. So we just need to be, don't let your guard down on this. We need to try to wear those masks, social distancing. When you're in restaurants, a lot of your restaurants are open now, but just be careful when you go in there and abide by the rules, I mean, of course, you can't eat with a mask on, but when you go in there, stay to yourself and follow the rules. We've had some restaurants that's open and they've already closed down, except for the carry-out. So, and you churches out there, I keep saying this every time we do this. Please be careful, at church. Try to wear that mask. And if you don't believe it's still out there, and I'm not sure, I'm not going to call any church, but I know some of the churches right here close to us that our friends are that right now it's in those churches, and you know it, and so let that be kind of a lesson. Please be careful, and when you go to or even a funeral, just be so careful and don't let your guard down. I know I love to hug and I shake hands and all, but just think about it, and let this thing get on out of here, But I appreciate everyone watching us, on these updates. I hope you actually get some good information out of it. Hopefully, we won't have to go day to day, but I'm telling you this right now, if it keeps going like it's going and we feel the need, we're going to go right back here and we'll start giving day-to-day updates on this thing. So just bear with us on it. We'll kind of play it by here a week or so and see how things go. And just be safe out there and really be safe on the 4th of July. Please, just have a great 4th of July, but still do your social distancing and all. And so we appreciate everyone. 667-8999 is my cell number, 423. And if you can't get what you need online, you call this phone right here and I'll get you the information for you. So I appreciate you. Thank you.